social media, culture, parenting, and the impact parents can have on their children and what you allow them to have access to at a very young age. And also parenting style. So I'm gonna pull up a couple videos, and I just want us to react quickly to both of them. And in both scenarios, it's young kids uh, interacting with music in some way.
I think we'll start with the positive one
All right, we're gonna start with the positive one.
because I really like this video because it, like he said, it's about parenting. Why he pulls it up? It's about parenting and how you can teach kids early, like how important it is to like love each other and work through
Not
shit. And
just
I just
shove
thought
a
it was I thought it was cool. Like
not just shove a tablet in their face and learn from a tablet or some piece of technology.
or even like making them sit down, like shit, like because obviously they were being bad in this clip. So it's like you're not making them sit in a corner, or you're not making them like you're making them face
Their issues.
yeah. There you go. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, not running away from them, not dealing with them in a negative way, but in a positive way.
All right, so I'm gonna play it real quick.
Give me a high five. With others,
They missed that high five.
happy or single in color. Give me a high five.
You going say it with a smile.
Or happy or single colored. Give me a high five.
I don't see no smiles.
Others, or happy or
Smile.
colored. Give me a high five.
I see no smile beside you.
Put a pause real fast.
It just keeps going like that.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but I remember I used to fight with my uncle. My uncle's like only 2 years older than me, by the way. Crazy.
Very
Dominicans.
Dominican thing.
But I used to fight with him all the time, and they used to make us do something similar to this, where like they'll force us to hug each other and say sorry. Meanwhile, we're both crying because we really don't want to do this. It's so weird and cringy, and the fact that I mean, I still hate him to this day, but so that didn't work for us. But this is so.
I mean, y'all not brothers though. I feel this, but really, I feel like this is good parenting though. Maybe not necessarily the way that he's going about it. Some people could like it or not, but I think that the point that he's trying to get across to them is good though.
No, it's
Teaching them,
definitely great
yeah,
parenting.
like, love each other and get through like your problem, like y'all brothers, like yeah, y'all gonna be in each other's lives longer than your parents are gonna be in your life.
He could be whipping ass. He could be doing that. I mean, maybe he did. I don't know, but
They probably were fighting or something. But
yeah,
but I do think, to me, this is a positive way to parent, because I think you do have to show your children that, in a way, family comes first, and you can disagree and have any conflict, but at the end of the day, you're still family, kind of a thing. And like kind of show them the situation that oftentimes, even through anger or not liking you at any given moment, that does not overrule or overtake how you should treat each other as family. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to agree and so on. Sometimes you have to look past certain things. But I think if you instill this in children young enough, this is something they can carry along into adulthood, and they can continue to be close as they're older. You know what I mean? Because they learn, it's like, because they throughout life, they're going to make decisions and do things that you probably won't approve of with one another. I mean, like, yo, I want to do this. But you should be able to look past that, at least at a sibling level. It's like, it's not like I'm going to stop. Like, to me, it's very, very weird unless people do, like, crazy shit, like, extremely crazy, where I hear, like, family members, like, stop talking to one another and so on.
Yeah, I was about to say that. There's some that do that. There's some that even, like, don't even see you as family anymore.
Yeah.
They just disown you. Like, you know what? I don't even know you no more.
But sometimes they do that because they never had a connection. So it's not that hard for them to cut them off, or it wasn't hard for them to do something extremely foul that led you to want to cut them off, like steal from you or something. You know what I mean? But like this type of stuff kind of puts you in a place where you're like, like these two kids, as they grow older, it will be extremely difficult for me to think that they will hurt each other in an extremely bad way. Especially when you have stories of like two siblings killing each other in the middle of Christmas because mom got one a better present than the other. Like, to me, that's crazy.
That's wild.
Your timeline is so different than mine. That type of shit don't even pop up on my shit. If I I think something about my mind just like rejects negative shit. I'm not saying it's not true. No, I'm like, don't pull it up. And this motherfucker gonna want to show me now. That's the problem. I shouldn't have said
crazy,
shit.
though. That's really,
I
really
shouldn't have said
crazy.
shit. That's really what it was.
No, but I almost find it hard to believe. But this kind of stuff,
Nothing surprises me anymore.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say? This kind of stuff.
This kind of stuff, it really helps practice unity within family. Like even if they were to get into a fight, this will help them and teach them to come back to each other. Like no matter what happens between us, at the end of the day, we're still family.
We don't need to watch this. We can just get to the next video from this point. I'm just
No, I do think because I know I do want to point it out because I'm like, there's craziness out there in the world. So while we are highlighting the positive, I do want to kind of point out like so that things like this don't happen. You need to do more of this.
That's true.
I don't know because we don't really know what caused this.
Mother of two is dead
You see it.
after being shot by her own brother on Christmas Eve. Gabrielle Baldwin was trying to break up an argument between her siblings when one of them pulled out a gun. Fox 13's Evan Axelbank reports on what has the sheriff furious and the changes he is now calling for.
Photos Gabrielle Baldwin posted to social media show her filled with joy.
She's just a woman going about life, doing her thing with her two kids, trying to make a living, trying to make it.
On Christmas Eve, while at her grandmother's home on 22nd Avenue in Largo, she'd had enough of her brothers bickering. DeMarcus and Darcus began pulling guns on one another.
The names though. The names though.
I tried that laugh, like holding my laugh from Dark. What is it, Darkest?
Darkest.
That's a
DeMarcus and Darkest.
No, DeMarcus is cool, but Darkest is cool. It's not this crazy. Is what I meant.
Gabrielle told DeMarcus, quote, "You all need to leave that stuff alone. Why are you trying to start it? It's Christmas."
They both had been fighting over Christmas presents, with the 15-year-old Darcus jealous that their mom had spent more on gifts for 14-year-old DeMarcus. After Gabrielle stepped in, DeMarcus pulled a gun and fired, killing her and sending her son and his nephew, an 11-month-old, falling to the ground. Then Darcus pulled his own gun and shot DeMarcus, leaving him badly injured.
This proliferation of guns on the streets and guns in this area and guns in the hands of these kids, this is the worst I've ever seen it. I don't think we've ever seen it this bad.
The sheriff says the area around 22nd Avenue in Largo has been subject to extra patrols lately.
Can you pause it?
Yeah, we can stop it.
Yeah, because this this isn't a gun problem. I think this goes back like parenting.
This goes back to parenting, and I know I'm honing this, but I'm gonna keep hitting this because I think young boys need to hear this more than ever. This is what happens when you don't teach young boys to regulate their emotions. And I think this first video that we watch is showing them that while I'm angry, doesn't necessarily mean that it always needs to lead to me hurting you.
Or no, we could fight if we brothers, but like
no, but even
shoot you like
no, but even then, like even that when he's having them sing the song and hug each other, it's like you can be angry, but that doesn't mean that because of this you cannot stop to look at the humanity of your brother. And remember that he's your brother at the end of the day. Like the other two guys, like the other two brothers in that scene that killed their sister is an example of young men, not even young men. They're like teenagers, 14, 15-year-olds who probably never learned how to regulate their emotions. And they probably regulate it, yeah. And they probably grew up in a place where gun culture was glorified, but not the kind of gun culture that you may see of like, my dad took me to the gun range when I was a boy, but rather I see rappers, gang members, drug dealers, and anytime somebody's angry, the kind of stuff they see as an example is, I'm going to go and shoot someone. And that can be the reaction that over a Christmas gift, I'm going to go ahead and shoot my sister for telling me to enjoy Christmas. It's ridiculous.
It is. And then going back to the unity thing, I mean, stuff like this needs to happen more because this is what I said earlier. There's a lot of people that are saying, yeah, my family don't even get together for the holidays anymore. And the holidays don't even feel the same.
Environment matters. So that's something I was going to add because I can't put 100% of it on the parents. I was like a large percentages. I don't know what number it is, but I also think a percentage of that is your environment too.
Yeah.
That goes. With
I'm gonna say
like
it's the environment, but let's not forget that in the entire news story, I am gonna point out that it was their mom, their grandmother's house, and their sister. those were the adults in the room.
Yeah.
There was never a mention of a dad, an uncle, and an older male figure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your environment, because they're being influenced by some man. Some man somewhere is influencing everybody. Like
I
every
sort
man.
of. You know what I think it might be, and now I'm going into assumptions. Them not having a man somewhere in their proximity, they're only viewing men through a screen, and the kind of stuff they're probably consuming in their timeline, social media, videos, are terrible examples of what it is to be a man. And like you mentioned, like we have super different timelines, like super different things in the algorithm. If they gravitated to a very different lifestyle that kind of emphasize that kind of culture that is not a very good example of how men should carry themselves, that's probably all they saw.
Yeah.
And they didn't have any men to ask questions to at home for the most part. So they're just glorifying what they're seeing on screens and what they think is cool. Like, I'm like, how the hell does a 14 and a 15-year-old
even have a gun?
Even have a gun?
Yeah.
Why you even have it on you in the house in Christmas? What do you need your gun for?
Now you got to sit in a prison the rest of your life.
Rest of your life.
They're going to be like, yo, what'd you do, bro? I killed my siblings. Like,
and I'm more than sure they're going to regret this later on in life. They're going to say the story and be regretful of everything that transpired in that.
And I know we're talking about the culture and the influence that it has on kids. Let me go to this one.
Oh my gosh. Stop. That's good. I'm pretty sure.
I will say one thing though. At least on the parts that they were supposed to skip over, they did at least skip over.
I knew somebody was going to say that.
Some level of parenting there that existed somewhere, but it's not enough.
Yo, at least they had some decency to not say the bad words. This is exactly what I was going to say. But my thing is, bro, these girls are singing this song. The one with the mic is damn near twerking. They don't even look like they're even 5, 6 years old. Like, this is crazy. This reminds me of the video we reacted to where, what was it, a teacher, a ballerina teacher, where she was saying, like, these kids don't listen to her. They want to rather listen to SEXYY RED. And this is, first of all, shame on the person that's recording this video. I'm going to assume it's the mom, but shame on you for even having a kid's party, but having this song playing at a kid's party. You couldn't at least play the clean version of the song? Like,
I'm saying, like the influence of
this is baffling to me.
I think this is, well, like I mentioned, this is an example because you saw how we were just talking about the boys, and they were probably influenced possibly by music in some way. This is the same thing happening to the other gender, to girls. Like, if you start thinking, if this is what you're listening from the moment you can remember like 5, 6, 7 years old, by the time you're a teenager, this is going to be your norm. And this is going to be how you associate your lifestyle and having fun and the examples and role models to follow upon. So
this kind of stuff is the reason why, like, younger generations start doing way more stuff at an earlier age. Like, you know how the old heads would be like, they'll look at us and they'll be like, yo, like, that's crazy. And then we look at the younger generation like, yo, you already doing this? I did this at this age. Like, this is the reason why, because we're so easily influenced by, well, the kids nowadays have so much more access to all this bad stuff, this kind of music. And it's a big reason why we're headed the way we are, bro, because parents need to do better at censoring things, making sure that their kids are not looking at things they're not supposed to be looking at. But yeah, we have parents that glorify this, recording their baby singing such a song.
And I'm going to call them out. And I think this is what we need to do more of. It's like, yo, this is not good parenting, and highlight the examples of great parenting too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you do need to see an example of like, oh, so instead of yelling at my kids or try to smack them over the head or something, I can just make them hug. And that can be enough punishment that shows them how to love each other and potentially deter them from hurting each other moving forward. Because I know many other men potentially what they might have encouraged them to fight. because that's also part of being a man in the culture. Sometimes you have people that are raising boys that would be like, cool, just fight it off.
Blow some steam.
And that can be their approach, but this is a good example of a different way to do it that can have a positive impact on them that probably today they don't see it as a positive, but they may value it and appreciate it in the future.
And what's going to be so messed up is that those little girls listening to music like this, what are they going to do? Do the same exact things that the song is saying. Dancing and being promiscuous, especially at an early age. Doing all the things that they're not supposed to be doing at an early age. It's sad, bro. And this is why a lot of the times we have men and women that we have today because of the influence.
Yep. All right.